The harder you chase something, the further it seems to run away. Why is that? Because the act of chasing declares to the world, and more importantly to yourself, that what you desire is not yours. It creates a gap between you and your desire, a gap that grows wider with every ounce of effort born from desperation. You must step into the knowing that what you seek is already on its way to you. The secret lies in stillness, in the quiet conviction that all you desire is yours by divine right. When you stop chasing and begin aligning, you open the floodgates for all that you wish to flow into your life. This is not passivity, this is mastery. It is the art of letting go, not of your desire, but of the need to force its arrival. The world you experience is not a product of chance, nor is it shaped by forces outside of your control. The truth is, the power to create, transform, and manifest everything you desire lies within you. This power is not something you have to seek, it is already yours, waiting to be acknowledged and activated. Yet so many spend their lives searching for answers in the external world, unaware that the source of all change begins within. To recognize the power within is to understand that you are the architect of your reality. Everything you see around you is a reflection of your inner state. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions act as blueprints, shaping the circumstances and events of your life. This principle is not mere theory, it has been echoed by great thinkers, visionaries, and achievers throughout history. They understood that by mastering their inner world, they could mold the outer world to their will. Consider the story of Oprah Winfrey, who rose from unimaginable hardship to become one of the most influential figures in the world. She often speaks about how she tapped into her inner power to transcend her circumstances. Oprah's journey is a testament to the fact that your current situation does not define your potential. She began by changing her mindset, cultivating a belief in her own worth and ability to achieve greatness. This shift in her internal narrative was the spark that ignited her external success. When you recognize your inner power, you stop playing the role of the victim in your life story. Instead, you become the protagonist, the one who writes the script and determines the plot. You begin to see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to exercise your power. Each setback becomes a lesson, each failure a stepping stone, and each delay a preparation for something greater. To harness this power, you must first take full responsibility for your life. This does not mean blaming yourself for every misstep or hardship, rather. It means understanding that you have the ability to respond to any situation in a way that aligns with your desired outcome. Responsibility is empowerment. It frees you from the chains of external circumstances and places the pen of your life firmly in your hands. The first step to activating your inner power is self-awareness. Take time to observe your thoughts and beliefs. Are they aligned with the life you want to create? If not, know that you have the power to change them. Just as a gardener removes weeds to allow flowers to flourish, you must uproot limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering ones. This process may not happen overnight, but with persistence, it will transform your inner landscape. The power within you is fueled by imagination. Albert Einstein once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." For knowledge is limited, whereas imagination encircles the world. Your imagination is the canvas upon which you paint the life you desire. When you use it deliberately and vividly, you send out a clear signal to the universe, aligning it with the reality you envision. The mind cannot distinguish between what is imagined and what is real. It accepts both as truth. Use this to your advantage by imagining the life you want, as if it already exists. Another critical element of recognizing your inner power is belief. Henry Ford famously stated, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, your right belief is the fuel that drives action and persistence." When you believe in your own ability to succeed, you radiate confidence and attract opportunities that align with your goals. On the other hand, doubt creates resistance and hinders progress. Cultivate unshakable faith in yourself, even when external evidence suggests otherwise. The power within you is strongest when fueled by unwavering belief. Emotion is another key component of inner power. Emotions are energy in motion, and they influence your vibration, shaping the experiences you attract. Choose to dwell in emotions that empower you: gratitude, joy, and love, rather than those that drain you, such as fear or anger. Gratitude, in particular, is a powerful amplifier of your inner energy. When you focus on what you already have, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance, attracting more to be grateful for. Your inner power thrives on discipline and focus. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. The journey to mastering your power begins with small, consistent actions." Discipline is the bridge between intention and manifestation. It is what keeps you aligned with your vision, even when distractions arise or results seem slow to appear. Lastly, your power is limitless when you tap into your higher purpose. This purpose serves as your compass, guiding your decisions and actions. Think of figures like Nelson Mandela, who endured decades of imprisonment, yet emerged stronger, driven by an unshakable sense of purpose. When you align with your purpose, you become unstoppable, for your actions are fueled by something greater than personal ambition. They are driven by the very essence of your being. Your inner power is not something rare or reserved for a select few. It is universal, accessible to anyone willing to look within. Recognize it, nurture it, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined. The moment you assume that what you desire is already yours, the dynamics of your reality begin to shift. This principle is one of the most powerful truths you can embrace. To assume it is already yours is not merely an act of positive thinking, it is the deliberate act of stepping into the energy of having rather than wanting. It is a declaration to yourself and the universe that you trust the outcome so deeply that you begin to live as if it has already manifested. To assume it is already yours, you must move beyond wishful thinking and enter a state of conviction. This conviction is not based on what your eyes see or what your eyes see, or what your circumstances suggest. It is rooted in the unseen power of belief. Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest athletes in history, famously said, "I am the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was Ali, understood the transformative power of assuming his greatness long before others recognized it." His confidence and belief in his identity as the greatest boxer were so unwavering that his reality had no choice but to align with it. The act of assuming goes beyond hope. It is living in the end. Imagine the joy, gratitude, and excitement you would feel if your desires had already come true. Now bring those emotions into the present moment. When you assume the feeling of fulfillment, you collapse the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Your mind cannot distinguish between imagination and reality. It accepts both as truth. This is why the practice of assumption is so powerful. It rewires your subconscious mind to align with the reality you wish to create. I think of Jim Carrey, who wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered before he became a household name. At the time, he had no way of knowing how or when this would happen, but he carried that check in his wallet and assumed the feeling of already being a successful actor. Years later, he landed a role in Dumb and Dumber that earned him the exact amount he had envisioned. Carrie's story is a testament to the power of assumption and unwavering belief. To assume it is already yours, you must learn to see yourself as the person who already has what you desire. If you seek success, act as a successful person would. If you desire love, embody the qualities of someone who is deeply loved and cherished. Your actions, thoughts, and emotions must align with the version of yourself that already possesses your dream. This alignment creates a powerful resonance that draws your desire closer to you with each passing day. Your thoughts are like seeds, and your assumptions are the soil in which they grow. If you plant a seed but constantly check to see if it has sprouted, you disrupt its growth. Similarly, when you assume your desire is already yours, you must let go of doubt and impatience. Trust that the seed you have planted will bloom in its own time. This trust is not passive, it is an active state of faith that requires you to nurture your assumption with consistency and focus. The process of assuming also requires a shift in identity. If you continuously identify as someone who is trying or hoping to achieve something, you reinforce the state of lack. Instead, step into the identity of someone who already has what they want. Consider the example of Thomas Edison, who assumed success long before he invented the light bulb. Despite thousands of failed attempts, he maintained the belief that success was inevitable. This assumption fueled his perseverance and ultimately brought his vision to life. Gratitude plays a vital role in the art of assuming. When you are grateful for your desire as though it has already manifested, you amplify the energy of having rather than wanting. Oprah Winfrey often emphasizes the power of gratitude, stating that it turns what you have into enough and opens the door for more. By expressing gratitude for your desires as if they are already present, you shift your focus from lack to abundance. Assuming it is already yours requires you to quiet the doubts and fears that inevitably arise. These doubts are simply remnants of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you. Recognize them, but do not allow them to dictate your reality. Strengthen your assumption through visualization, affirmation of passion, and repeated alignment with the feeling of having. It is also essential to detach from the how. When you assume it is already yours, you do not need to figure out every step of the process. Trust that the universe will arrange the details in ways you could never predict. This trust frees you from the burden of overthinking and allows you to focus solely on embodying the state of fulfillment. By assuming that your desire is already yours, you activate a powerful shift in your consciousness. True freedom and manifestation begin the moment you release the need to control. Control, while often seen as a strength, is a double-edged sword. It stems from fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear that things won't work out the way you hope. But this need for control becomes the very barrier that blocks the flow of life's abundance. To release control is to trust, to let go of resistance, and to open yourself to the infinite possibilities that exist beyond your immediate understanding. When you try to micromanage every aspect of your life, you limit what is possible. Your focus becomes so narrow that you miss opportunities that could lead to even greater outcomes than you imagined. Think of the late Steve Jobs, who once said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backward." Jobs trusted the process, even when it seemed chaotic or uncertain. He understood that by releasing the need to control every detail, he allowed innovation, inspiration, and serendipity to take their course. This approach not only led to personal fulfillment, but also revolutionized the world of technology. Releasing control does not mean giving up or becoming passive. It means surrendering to a higher order, trusting that the universe is always working in your favor. When you let go of control, you align yourself with the natural flow of life, where solutions appear effortlessly and obstacles dissolve with grace. Imagine trying to navigate a river by fighting the current. You exhaust yourself, yet make little progress. But when you let go and flow with the river, you move faster, easier, and with less resistance. Control often manifests as overthinking or overanalyzing every decision. It creates tension and anxiety, draining you of energy and clarity. Letting go of control invites peace. It frees your mind to focus on what truly matters, aligning with your purpose, nurturing your relationships, and enjoying the present moment. Consider Nelson Mandela, who endured 27 years of imprisonment without allowing bitterness or a need to control his situation to consume him. Mandela surrendered to the process, trusting that his life had a greater purpose. His patience and faith ultimately led him to become a global symbol of resilience and leadership. When you release control, you also open yourself to divine timing. The need to control often comes from impatience, from wanting things to happen on your timeline. But the universe operates on its own schedule, one that is often far wiser and more aligned than you can perceive. Trusting divine timing means understanding that delays are not denials, they are often blessings in disguise, providing you with the time and space to grow into the person you need to be to fully receive what you desire. J.K. Rowling, for instance, faced numerous rejections before the Harry Potter series became a global phenomenon. Had she given in to the urge to control every aspect of her career, she might have abandoned her dream altogether. Instead, she trusted the process and persevered, and her story is now one of the most inspiring in modern literature. Releasing the need to control also strengthens your relationship with faith and intuition. When you stop trying to control every outcome, you become more attuned to your inner guidance. Intuition often speaks in whispers, but when you are fixated on control, it is easy to miss those subtle yet powerful nudges. Trusting your intuition allows you to take inspired action that feels aligned, effortless, and true to your soul's purpose. Another way to let go of control is to practice detachment. Detachment does not mean apathy, it means releasing your emotional grip on a specific outcome. When you are overly attached to one result, you limit the universe's ability to deliver something even better. Detachment creates space for abundance to flow in ways that exceed your expectations. Consider how athletes like Michael Jordan performed under pressure, not by obsessing over every shot, but by trusting their training, instincts, and preparation. Jordan's ability to detach from the fear of failure allowed him to deliver some of the greatest performances in sports history. Gratitude is a powerful tool for releasing control. When you focus on what you already have, you shift your energy from lack to abundance. Gratitude reminds you that life is already working in your favor, even if things are not unfolding exactly as you planned. Oprah Winfrey has often shared how practicing gratitude transformed her life, enabling her to let go of control and trust the process. Gratitude is a way of affirming that you are exactly where you need to be, and everything is unfolding for your highest good. Finally, releasing control allows you to experience joy in the present moment. When you are fixated on controlling the future, you miss the beauty and blessings of today. Life is meant to be lived, not micromanaged. By letting go, you create space for spontaneity, creativity, and fulfillment to enter your life. Patience and faith are twin pillars of a fulfilled and meaningful life. In a world that thrives on instant gratification, cultivating these qualities can feel counterintuitive. Yet they are the very keys to unlocking lasting success, deep inner peace, and unwavering resilience. To cultivate patience is to honor the process, And to cultivate faith is to trust that the process is working in your favor, even when the results are not immediately visible. Patience is more than waiting. It is a state of inner calm and acceptance during periods of uncertainty. It is the ability to remain steadfast in your pursuit while resisting the temptation to rush or force outcomes. Consider the wisdom of the farmer who plants a seed and tends to it with care, trusting that it will grow in its own time. The farmer does not dig up the seed every day to check if it is sprouting. Instead, they water it, protect it, and allow nature to take its course. In the same way, your dreams and goals require the nurturing energy of patience to bloom. Faith complements patience by providing the strength to believe in outcomes that have yet to materialize. Faith is the conviction that no matter how difficult the journey, there is a higher plan at work. It is the quiet assurance that what you seek is not only possible but inevitable if you stay aligned with your purpose. Nelson Mandela's 27-year imprisonment is a profound example of patience and faith working together. Despite facing unimaginable hardships, Mandela remained committed to his vision of a free and unified South Africa. He did not let despair or doubt deter him. Instead, he held on to faith that his sacrifices would lead to a greater good, and history proved him right. To cultivate patience and faith, you must first recognize that the journey is just as important as the destination. Of life's greatest lessons often come during the moments when progress seems slow or stalled. These periods of waiting are opportunities for growth, reflection, and preparation. The artist Vincent van Gogh is an inspiring example. Despite creating over 900 paintings, Van Gogh sold only a handful in his lifetime. Yet he continued to paint with passion and purpose, driven by faith in his vision. Today, his works are celebrated as some of the greatest contributions to art. His story is a testament to the power of persistence, patience, and unwavering belief. One way to develop patience is to embrace the present moment. Impatience often stems from living too far ahead in the future, fixated on results rather than the process. When you bring your focus back to the here and now, you open yourself to the joy and fulfillment that can only be found in the present. Consider athletes like Serena Williams or Usain Bolt, who train for years for the chance to compete for just a few moments. Their patience is not passive, it is filled with disciplined preparation, trust in their training, and faith in their abilities. They understand that greatness is built one small, deliberate step at a time. Faith, on the other hand, requires a deep connection to your inner self and to the unseen forces that guide your life. It is the courage to trust even when the evidence is not yet visible. Oprah Winfrey often speaks of faith as the foundation of her success. She recounts how, during difficult times, she would hold on to the belief that her circumstances were preparing her for something greater. This mindset allowed her to navigate challenges with grace and emerge stronger, ultimately becoming one of the most influential figures in the world. Practicing gratitude is a powerful way to strengthen both patience and faith. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is already abundant in your life. It reminds you that, even in moments of waiting, there is so much to appreciate and celebrate. Gratitude creates a sense of trust in life's timing, helping you to release the need for immediate results and embrace the flow of the universe. Another way to cultivate patience and faith is to reframe setbacks as stepping stones. Failure and delay are not signs of defeat, but opportunities to refine your approach and deepen your resolve. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His unyielding patience and faith in his vision eventually led to the invention of the light bulb, changing the course of human history. Edison's story illustrates that persistence fueled by faith can overcome even the most daunting challenges. Meditation and visualization are also powerful tools for fostering patience and faith. Meditation helps you quiet the restless mind that constantly seeks control and immediate answers. It anchors you in the present and nurtures a sense of calm and trust. Visualization, on the other hand, allows you to immerse yourself in the feeling of already having achieved your desires. When you see and feel your success in your mind's eye, you strengthen your faith in its inevitability, making it easier to wait for its manifestation. Cultivating patience and faith requires a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing time as an enemy, see it as an ally that is working to bring your dreams to fruition. Trust that every delay, every challenge, and every detour is a necessary part of your journey. The journey from a mindset of lack to one of abundance is transformative, reshaping not only how you perceive the world, but also what you attract into your life. Lack is rooted in fear and limitation, a belief that there isn't enough money, love, opportunity, or success. Abundance, on the other hand, is the understanding that the universe operates on principles of infinite possibility and limitless supply. Making this shift requires a deep internal transformation, one that opens the door to the fulfillment of your desires and aspirations. A lack mindset often manifests in thoughts like, "I can't afford that, I'm not good enough," or "Why does everyone else seem to succeed?" While I struggle, these thoughts create a cycle of scarcity, reinforcing the very conditions you wish to escape. When you focus on what you don't have, you signal to your mind and the universe that lack is your reality. This becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, as your energy attracts experiences that mirror those beliefs. Shifting from lack to abundance begins with recognizing these limiting thoughts and consciously replacing them with empowering beliefs. An abundant mindset starts with gratitude. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. When you focus on the blessings already present in your life, no matter how small, you align yourself with the energy of abundance. Oprah Winfrey has often emphasized the role of gratitude in her journey to success. By keeping a gratitude journal and reflecting daily on her blessings, she trained her mind to see opportunities rather than obstacles. This practice not only nurtured her sense of abundance, but also attracted even greater success and fulfillment. Another key to shifting to abundance is reframing your perspective on challenges and setbacks. People with a lack mindset see obstacles as confirmation of their limitations, while those with an abundance mindset view them as opportunities for growth. Michael Jordan, considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time, famously said, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." His ability to see failure as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock exemplifies the abundant mindset. Each failure became a lesson, each setback a chance to improve, ultimately leading to his legendary career. Visualization is a powerful tool for cultivating abundance. When you imagine yourself already living the life you desire, you begin to shift your energy to match that reality. The mind doesn't distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined, which is why athletes like Serena Williams use visualization to prepare for victory. By seeing herself as a champion before stepping onto the court, Williams aligns her mind and body with success. This practice can be applied to any area of life, helping you attract abundance by embodying it first in your thoughts. It's also essential to let go of envy and comparison, which are rooted in lack. When you compare yourself to others, You focus on what you believe you lack, rather than celebrating your unique journey. Abundance thrives in a spirit of collaboration and celebration, not competition. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, is a prime example of someone who cultivated abundance by focusing on innovation rather than competition. Instead of being consumed by what other companies were doing, Bezos focused on creating value for his customers, a mindset that turned Amazon into one of the most successful businesses in the world. An abundant mindset requires you to see opportunities everywhere. Where a lack mindset sees closed doors, abundance sees infinite possibilities. This shift often involves taking inspired action. For example, when Elon Musk envisioned electric vehicles with Tesla, he didn't dwell on the perceived limitations of technology or market demand. Instead, he focused on the potential to revolutionize the automotive industry. His belief in abundance drove him to innovate and take risks, ultimately transforming an idea into a global movement. One of the most transformative steps in shifting from lack to abundance is understanding the power of giving. It may seem counterintuitive, but generosity creates a cycle of abundance. When you give freely, whether it's your time, energy, or resources, you signal to the universe that you trust in its infinite supply. The law of reciprocity ensures that what you give returns to you multiplied. Mother Teresa, who dedicated her life to serving others, embodied this principle. Despite working in some of the poorest communities in the world, her unwavering faith in abundance enabled her to provide aid and hope to millions. Forgiveness also plays a vital role in the journey to abundance. Holding on to resentment or regret keeps you anchored in the past, which is often a breeding ground for lack. By forgiving yourself and others, you release the emotional weight that prevents you from moving forward. This act of release creates space for abundance to flow into your life. Nelson Mandela's ability to forgive those who imprisoned him is a profound example of this principle. His forgiveness not only liberated his own spirit, but also inspired a nation to move toward reconciliation and unity. Finally, shifting from lack to abundance involves cultivating a deep trust in the universe. Trust that life is not happening to you, but for you. Every experience, no matter how challenging, is part of a greater plan to guide you toward your highest potential. Trust allows you to relax into the process, knowing that abundance is not something you must chase, but something you attract by aligning with it. Being in alignment with your desires is the key to unlocking the life you envision. Alignment is more than just wanting something, it's about synchronizing your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the reality you wish to create. Many people desire change, yet their internal state contradicts what they want. They say they want love but harbor resentment, dream of wealth but dwell on lack, or hope for success while doubting their abilities. True alignment requires you to embody the state of already having what you desire, allowing your external world to naturally reflect your inner transformation. One of the first steps toward alignment is clarity. You must know what you want with unwavering certainty. This is not about vague wishes or half-hearted intentions. Clarity provides a roadmap for your mind, signaling the direction of your energy. I think of a GPS system. If you don't input a precise destination, you'll wander aimlessly. Similarly, your desires need specificity to guide your focus. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a powerful example of someone who embodied clarity. Long before he became a global icon, he had a clear vision of his success as a bodybuilding champion, actor, and politician. By focusing intently on each goal, he aligned every thought and action to bring those desires into reality. The next essential step is to cultivate the feelings associated with your desires. Your emotions act as a vibrational frequency, and the universe responds to the energy you emit. If you desire abundance, you must first feel abundant. If you seek love, embody the feelings of being deeply loved and cherished. This principle is often demonstrated by successful individuals who live as though they have already achieved their goals. For example, Jim Carrey famously wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered when he was still struggling as an actor. He carried that check in his wallet, aligning his thoughts and emotions with the reality of success until it materialized. Alignment also demands that you release internal resistance. Resistance shows up as fear, doubt, or limiting beliefs that create a disconnect between you and your desires. You might dream of a thriving career, but secretly believe you're not good enough. You may wish for a fulfilling relationship, but doubt whether true love exists. These conflicting thoughts create a state of misalignment, blocking the manifestation of your desires. Overcoming resistance involves identifying these limiting beliefs and replacing them with empowering ones. Serena Williams, for instance, faced countless doubts and criticisms in her journey to becoming one of the greatest athletes of all time. By silencing those doubts and believing in her own greatness, she aligned with her vision of success. Taking inspired action is another crucial aspect of alignment. Desires without aligned action are mere fantasies. You must act as if your desired reality is already unfolding, taking steps that align with your vision. These actions don't have to be grand, even small. Consistent steps build momentum. Oprah Winfrey's rise to prominence is a testament to this principle. From her early days as a struggling talk show host, she took every opportunity to align her work with her vision of empowerment and storytelling, eventually building a media empire that reflects her core desires. Another vital element of alignment is surrounding yourself with environments, people, and experiences that support your desires. If you wish for success, immerse yourself in spaces where success is celebrated. If you long for love, surround yourself with examples of healthy, loving relationships. Your surroundings influence your thoughts, which in turn shape your energy. Author and motivational speaker Tony Robbins emphasizes the power of proximity. He advises surrounding yourself with individuals who inspire you, lift you, and reflect the energy you wish to cultivate. Proximity to the right people accelerates alignment with your goals. Gratitude amplifies alignment, bridging the gap between where you are and where you want to be. When you express gratitude, you signal to the universe that you recognize and appreciate its blessings. This practice shifts your focus from lack to abundance, making you a magnet for more of what you desire. Studies have shown that gratitude increases optimism and overall well-being, creating a fertile ground for your desires to manifest. Professional athletes often attribute their success not only to their hard work, but also to their practice of gratitude, which keeps them grounded and motivated. Visualization is another powerful tool for alignment. When you vividly imagine your desired reality, you create a mental rehearsal that aligns your mind and body with that future. Neuroscience confirms that visualization activates the same brain regions as actual experiences, preparing you to act as if your desires are already fulfilled. Athletes like Muhammad Ali used visualization techniques to see themselves winning long before stepping into the ring. Ali's famous mantra, "I am the greatest," was not just a statement, but a declaration of alignment with his vision of victory. Faith and trust are the foundation of alignment. When you align with your desires, you must trust the process, even when the external world doesn't yet reflect your vision. Faith is the unwavering belief that your desires are on their way, regardless of current circumstances. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, faced numerous rejections before achieving massive success. Her faith in her work kept her aligned with her dream, proving that perseverance and trust are vital in bringing desires to fruition. By cultivating clarity, gratitude, visualization, and trust, you create a state of alignment that turns your desires into inevitable realities. Desperation is the very energy that repels the outcomes you most desire. It clouds your judgment, drains your strength, and creates a sense of lack that pushes your goals further away. Letting go of desperation does not mean abandoning your dreams. It means shifting from a place of need and fear to a place of confidence and trust. When you release the grip of desperation, you create space for calmness, clarity, and the natural unfolding of what you want in your life. Desperation often stems from a deep fear of not having enough or losing control. This fear can lead to overthinking, frantic actions, or even clinging to people and circumstances that are not aligned with your highest good. However, this mindset works against you. Imagine holding a fistful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. The same applies to life. Desperation tightens your grip on outcomes, but it's only through releasing that grip that you can truly receive. One powerful way to let go of desperation is to focus on self-worth. When you recognize your inherent value, you no longer feel the need to chase or beg for opportunities, relationships, or success. Instead, you understand that you are worthy of what you desire simply because you exist. Consider the example of Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in history. Buffett is known for his patient, calculated approach. He does not chase investments or act impulsively out of fear of missing out. Instead, he waits for the right opportunities, confident in his ability to attract the outcomes he seeks. His success is a testament to the power of trusting oneself and letting go of the need to control everything. Practicing gratitude is another effective way to release desperation. When you focus on what you already have, you shift your energy from lack to abundance. Gratitude grounds you in the present moment and reminds you that life is already providing for you in countless ways. It fosters a sense of trust in the process and reduces the frantic energy of needing more. Oprah Winfrey often credits her practice of gratitude as a cornerstone of her success. By focusing on the blessings in her life, she created a foundation of abundance that allowed even greater opportunities to flow to her naturally. Another way to let go of desperation is to trust the timing of life. Often, desperation arises from impatience, the belief that things should happen immediately or exactly when you want them to. However, life operates on its own schedule, and sometimes the delays you experience are actually preparing you for greater blessings. Look at the story of Steve Jobs, who was once ousted from the very company he founded. Though it was a challenging period, he trusted the journey and used that time to build new ventures and grow personally. Eventually, he returned to Apple, stronger and more innovative than ever. The timing of his success aligned perfectly, demonstrating the value of patience and trust. Meditation and mindfulness are invaluable tools for releasing desperation. When you meditate, you quiet the noise of fear and worry, connecting instead to a deeper sense of peace and assurance. Mindfulness helps you stay present, reducing the tendency to obsess over the future or lament the past. Consider how athletes like Michael Jordan approached high-pressure situations with focus and calm. Jordan's ability to center himself in the moment allowed him to perform at an elite level, even under immense stress. He did not let desperation cloud his judgment, but trusted his preparation and instincts to deliver results. Faith is another cornerstone of letting go of desperation. Faith means believing that what you desire is on its way, even if you can't yet see evidence of it. It's about trusting the process and surrendering to the flow of life. This doesn't mean you stop taking action, rather, it means your actions are guided by confidence rather than fear. A powerful example of faith in action is Nelson Mandela. During his 27 years of imprisonment, he maintained an unshakable belief in his vision of a free and equal South Africa. Despite the challenges and delays, his faith never wavered, and his persistence ultimately transformed an entire nation. To release desperation, it is also essential to adopt a mindset of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean indifference, it means letting go of the need to micromanage every aspect of your desires. It means trusting that the universe is orchestrating events in your favor, even if the path looks different than you expected. Take the example of J.K. Rowling, who faced countless rejections before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Instead of clinging to despair, she continued writing and trusting her vision, allowing her creativity to flow freely. Lastly, self-care plays a significant role in letting go of desperation. When you nurture your mind, body, and spirit, you signal to yourself and the universe that you are worthy of care and abundance. Practices like exercise, journaling, and spending time in nature help you reconnect with your inner peace. Think of Serena Williams, who balances her intense career with practices that rejuvenate her spirit. By prioritizing self-care, she aligns herself with success without succumbing to desperation. Letting go of desperation is about trusting yourself and the process of life. Gratitude is the most powerful catalyst for transforming your life. It is a state of being that allows you to see the abundance already present in your life, even when challenges appear insurmountable. Living with gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is already here, creating an energetic alignment with more of the good things you desire. Gratitude is not simply an occasional acknowledgement of blessings, it is a way of life, a mindset that shapes how you perceive and interact with the world. When you choose to live with gratitude, you open the door to joy, peace, and fulfillment. The act of being thankful is transformative because it reshapes your energy. You begin to notice the small miracles of everyday life, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the kindness of a stranger, or the support of loved ones. This practice of noticing and appreciating creates a ripple effect, amplifying the positive energy in your life. Oprah Winfrey famously stated that keeping a gratitude journal was one of the most transformative habits she adopted. By writing down 5 things she was grateful for each day, she created a foundation of positivity that fueled her incredible success. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a practice that can pull you out of despair and align you with hope. When challenges arise, gratitude provides a lens to view them not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. Consider the story of Viktor Frankl, the Holocaust survivor and author of Man's Search for Meaning. Even in the direst conditions, Frankl found moments of gratitude, such as witnessing a beautiful sunset or recalling a cherished memory. These moments gave him the strength to endure and ultimately shaped his philosophy that finding meaning, even in suffering, leads to freedom. Living with gratitude also rewires the brain. Studies in neuroscience show that practicing gratitude increases dopamine and serotonin levels, the chemicals responsible for feelings of happiness and well-being. By regularly reflecting on what you are grateful for, you can literally train your brain to focus on the positive, making gratitude an effective tool for mental health and resilience. Athletes, entrepreneurs, and artists alike have adopted this practice to keep themselves grounded and motivated. Tony Robbins, the world-renowned motivational speaker, starts each day by reflecting on 3 things he is grateful for. He credits this practice with helping him maintain focus, overcome adversity, and inspire millions of people. One of the most profound ways gratitude changes your life is by shifting your energy from lack to abundance. When you feel grateful for what you have, you tell the universe that you are open to receiving more. This principle is reflected in the law of attraction, which states that like attracts like. Gratitude becomes a magnet for more blessings because it focuses your attention on the good, reinforcing a sense of abundance. A great example is the life of Will Smith, who has spoken openly about how gratitude shaped his career and relationships. By celebrating every small success along the way, he cultivated a sense of fulfillment that fueled even greater achievements. Gratitude also strengthens relationships. When you express genuine appreciation to others, you deepen your connections and build trust. Simple acts, like thanking a friend for their support or acknowledging a colleague's effort, create an atmosphere of mutual respect and kindness. Maya Angelou once said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel by showing gratitude. You make others feel valued and seen, creating bonds that uplift everyone involved." Incorporating gratitude into your daily life can be as simple as starting a morning ritual. Begin each day by reflecting on 3 things you are grateful for, no matter how small. This practice sets a positive tone for the day and reminds you of the abundance already present in your life. Similarly, ending the day with gratitude allows you to release stress and rest with a peaceful heart. Meditation is another powerful way to connect with gratitude, as it creates space to focus on the present moment and recognize its gifts. Gratitude also empowers you to shift your perspective in moments of difficulty. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What is the hidden blessing? This mindset turns setbacks into stepping stones, allowing you to grow stronger and more resilient. Consider Thomas Edison, who viewed the failure of his experiments not as defeats but as lessons that brought him closer to success. This attitude of gratitude and curiosity led to his groundbreaking inventions that changed the world. Gratitude invites you to savor the present moment. Often people delay happiness, believing they need to achieve one more goal or overcome one more obstacle before they can feel fulfilled. But gratitude teaches you that joy is not in some distant future, it is here and now. When you fully embrace the present with gratitude, you unlock a deeper sense of contentment and peace. This is a lesson echoed by Eckhart Tolle, who emphasizes the power of presence in his book, The Power of Now. Living with gratitude anchors you in the now, where true happiness resides. Trusting the process is about relinquishing the need to control every detail and surrendering to the flow of life. It is a recognition that life unfolds in divine timing, and every step you take, no matter how small or uncertain, leads you closer to your goals. Trusting the process does not mean passivity or resignation. It means having faith in the unseen forces working in your favor and knowing that every challenge and detour serves a greater purpose. When you trust the process, you align yourself with patience and perseverance. Many people struggle with this because they want instant results and immediate gratification. However, life does not work on a schedule dictated by impatience. Consider the wisdom of the bamboo tree. For years, it remains hidden beneath the soil, growing roots that are invisible to the eye. Then, seemingly overnight, it shoots up to remarkable heights. The years spent underground were not wasted. They were essential to building the strength required for its rapid growth. In the same way, your efforts, even when they seem fruitless, are preparing you for something greater. Trusting the process requires letting go of the fear of failure. Fear often arises when we focus too much on the outcome and overlook the value of the journey itself. Thomas Edison is a perfect example of someone who trusted the process. When developing the light bulb, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Each perceived failure was not an end but a stepping stone toward success. By embracing every trial as part of the learning curve, Edison demonstrated that trust in the process transforms setbacks into opportunities for growth. Another aspect of trusting the process is understanding that delays are not denials. Often when something doesn't happen as quickly as we hoped, we assume we are being rejected or punished. Yet delays can be a form of protection or preparation. Steve Jobs once remarked in a commencement speech that you cannot connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking back. Trusting the process means believing that the dots will eventually connect, even when the path ahead seems unclear. Trust is deeply connected to faith. It requires you to believe in something larger than yourself, a force, energy, or divine intelligence guiding you. This faith acts as a stabilizing force during times of uncertainty. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Trusting the process is taking that step, confident that the staircase will reveal itself as you continue forward." It is a dance between effort and surrender, knowing that your role is to show up fully while allowing life to unfold as it should. Trusting the process also teaches resilience. When challenges arise, it is easy to fall into despair or frustration. However, by trusting that every obstacle is a necessary part of your growth, you build emotional strength. Take the story of Oprah Winfrey, who faced numerous rejections and hardships early in her career. She trusted that each setback was shaping her into the person she needed to become, and through unwavering faith in the process, she achieved monumental success. Her journey is a testament to the idea that trust can turn trials into triumphs. Trusting the process involves letting go of the need for perfection. Often people delay action because they believe they must have everything figured out before they begin. However, progress is born out of imperfection. The painter Vincent van Gogh once wrote, "What would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything?" Trusting the process is about starting where you are, with what you have, and allowing the journey to refine you along the way. Gratitude is another key element of trusting the process. When you are grateful for where you are, even if it is not where you want to be, you create an energy of acceptance and peace. This energy allows you to move forward with ease rather than resistance. Olympic athlete Simone Biles often speaks about the importance of staying grounded in gratitude, even during intense training and competition. Trusting the process for her meant embracing every step of preparation, knowing that each moment was bringing her closer to her goals. Trusting the process also means surrendering the timeline. Society often pressures us with arbitrary deadlines, convincing us that success must come quickly or not at all. However, nature shows us that everything has its season. A seed does not become a tree overnight, and a caterpillar does not emerge as a butterfly without first enduring the chrysalis. Trusting the process allows you to honor the timing of your own transformation without rushing or forcing the outcome. Finally, trusting the process brings freedom. When you let go of the need to control every detail, you free yourself from the anxiety and stress of uncertainty. This freedom allows you to focus on the present moment, knowing that it is enough. As the motivational speaker Les Brown often says, "Shoot for the moon." Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Trusting the process means aiming high and knowing that, no matter what, you are moving toward a brighter future. Trusting the process is not a passive act. It is a conscious choice to embrace the journey, no matter how uncertain or challenging it may seem. It requires faith, patience, and the courage to let go of control while remaining committed to your goals. By trusting that every step, every obstacle, and every moment of doubt is leading you closer to your desired outcome, you allow the universe to support you in ways that exceed your expectations. Like the bamboo that grows silently beneath the surface before it bursts forth into the sky, your growth may not always be visible, but it is unfolding in perfect timing. When you embrace the process, you unlock the potential within you to rise above adversity, celebrate the small victories, and maintain unwavering confidence in your path. So trust that your efforts, however imperfect, are shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Keep moving forward with belief in yourself. and trust that the universe is aligning everything in your favor. Thank you for taking the time to listen, reflect, and allow this message to resonate with you. I appreciate your attention and your openness to trust in the process of your own journey. Remember, the path may not always be easy, but each step forward brings you closer to the realization of your dreams. Keep trusting, stay patient, and never lose faith in the process. Wishing you all the best on your journey. Thank you.